Hey guys, welcome back to the Pine Box Perspective. So today I want to bring 6 items to your attention. These are survival EDC type accessory items that I think are actually worth the money. Each one of these items can be found between $10 and $30, okay? So like I said, I got 6 of them, and today I want to start off with the OST, the Operator Survival Tool for cleaning out your AR-15 bolt carrier. Alright guys, so the OST tool can be easily stored away in the pistol grip of your AR-15, or if you got one of those stocks with the battery storage in it. The company designed this to be the exact same length and width as 2 CR123s, so you know, if you can fit those in there, you can fit this in there. I typically keep it in the pistol grip. I like that a lot, but it anywhere you want to put it. Now, it's a pretty neat little tool. Now guys, this comes in around, I think it's 25 bucks on their website, okay, before taxes obviously. So what we've got in here is we've got the initial tool itself, we've got a ferro rod and a ceramic rod for touching up your knife blade. All right, so the ferro rod, we use it for the demonstration. Kind of force it in here, and it's a little tight, but so be careful when you're doing that ceramic rod in there. Now the end with the hole in it will slip over here and compress those little plastic fingers and hold that into place. Now you can take your tool itself, has a 90-degree spine. Now I haven't used this to start a fire. I'm just testing it out right now myself. So spark's okay. So 2 neat little options with that. Now, tool itself. Okay, first of all, you got this little hexagonal hole here, and you can put your bits in there from your impact driver or drill, what have you, and you can use this as a screwdriver. So if you've got like a loose optic, you got some Magpul flip-up sights, what have you, you don't have anything else with you, you can use that, okay? It has this little edge on it. They just kind of threw that on there as an additive. This little nail puller pry bar thing, they had room for it, so I guess they just stuck it on there. It's got a bottle opener on it as well, okay? Now this is a brand new bolt carrier. There's no dirt on it, so I can't really show you scraping carbon and whatnot, but this is what it's supposed to do. So we'll use this little sharp edge here, okay? And we're just going to pull out our cotter pin. All right. Drop out. Now, these 2 holes in here are for your firing pin. So you can stick those in there. All right, and clean the grime off of that. And there's 2 different sizes of holes for any kind of variations. Now, this is always the hardest thing for me to get my fingers on. There we go. All right. So this portion right here is for cleaning out your lugs. It fits perfectly in between them. Make sure I get that. Okay. Now you can take your sharp end again, stick that in there, and turn it, and you see how perfectly that fits along the inside there. Okay. So pretty neat little tool. This thing is made of D2 tool steel, okay? And I think, I bought this one a long time ago, but I think when you slip this down in here, see there's a little bit of extra room in there. They've come out with some things now that will fit down in that slot and say it's breakaway fish hooks, or I think they were talking about doing a suture kit or something like that. So a pretty neat little deal, guys, for something that can be packed away so tightly, so small. And it's actually good. That's one of the reasons why I'm making this video today. This is actually a good thing to have for 25 bucks, okay? Rides right there in the stock or the handle of your AR-15, and you've always got it with you, so you can sharpen your knife, start a fire, clean your gun out. You know, if you're having some issues, you want to get everything clean, there you go. So thought that was pretty nice. I will drop a link to everything in this video today. Sometimes I go straight to the website. Sometimes I send you guys to Amazon. It just kind of depends on how I feel for that particular item. Sometimes I just like to go straight to the company and support them and cut out the middleman. All right, let me get this put back together and we're gonna go to my next item. All right, guys, item number 2 is the Swiss Army Hiker. You can get this knife for around 30 bucks, okay? This is an excellent quality knife for 30 bucks. A lot of time I like to carry the Huntsman, okay? This one is just a little bit slimmer, fits better in my pocket, so this one gets some carry time too, all right? So the reason I like this knife, unlike the Huntsman, it has the 3D Phillips head on it, which is something I don't really use a whole lot in the woods, but you know, if you got a holster or something with a Phillips head screw in it, like a Kydex holster or something, that might come in handy. But honestly, I mean, you can use the big flat head most of the time on a larger Phillips like that, like you would see in a holster. So, you know, whatever. It's a trade-off either way, I guess. This one has the sewing awl on it. So say you come across some upholstery leather or something like that. You want to stab through both ends, put you a piece of, say, some bank line in there, pull it through. You can sew up a little pouch or something. You can go forward some mushrooms. You know what I'm saying? So there are actual uses to this, repairing gear, tarps, tents, things like that, however you want to do it. Canvas packs, whatever. Maybe you're in between belt sizes or belt hole loops or whatever. You know, you can make yourself a new hole in your belt with it. Done that before. It's got the main blade, okay. It's got the pin blade right beside of it. All right. It's got your typical bottle opener, can opener, wire stripper, which I'm going to go ahead and tell you sometimes works on 14 gauge wire. If you take your knife blade and go ahead and squirt, then you can pull it off a little bit easier, maybe on a 12 gauge or something like that. I don't really use it, so I've got other tools for that. And this one's got the small flat head on there, just same as their other stuff, okay? The main reason that I chose this knife over something else is saw blade, okay? Very good saw blade. It's the same as the one on the Huntsman or the Fieldmaster, same size. Okay. So super sharp, 90-degree spine. Okay, so you can use it on a fire steel. You know, and you got your toothpick and your tweezer inserts. Okay, very comfortable in the pocket. I like this knife a lot. 30 bucks, can't beat it. Now let's move on to our third item, which is also in here. This is one of those things that I thought might be a gimmick. Okay, until I decided to try it out myself, and it actually works and it's pretty neat. I like it. This is the Firefly by Tortoise Gear, and this little tiny dude is a ferro rod. So these things have been out for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years now, I think. Okay, and I was hesitant about trying this because I thought it would be so thin I would just break it. It's actually a little bit thicker than you would think. This might be, I'm gonna say, an 1/8 of an inch to, I don't know, who knows, about 1/8 of an inch, I think. Anyway, so I can use that along with my saw blade and start a fire. This is pretty neat because you've got fire capability in your Swiss Army knife now. Now they also make some, I forget what it's called, but it goes in the corkscrew attachment on some of your Swiss Army knives, and it also has like a little corkscrew shaped tinder that you can put in there, and it's sort of like a tinder tab in a way. You sit there and you break it up, kind of waxy. I chose not to order that one. I went with this. Maybe I'll go into that reason in another video, okay, with a different knife, but today I don't have a corkscrew on this, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, this is actually pretty cool. So I'm gonna try. Now they have recommendations on the packaging on how to use this. 3 different ways actually to use it, which would be about your typical 3 different ways you would try to use a ferro rod. And guys, I've seen in the comments of some people's videos, oh, he's using the ferro rod the wrong way. It might be the wrong way for you, but it might work for somebody else. So, I mean, yeah, it might be kind of goofy, but you never know, because I feel like what I'm about to do is probably not exactly the right way to do it, but it works because this thing is so small. Now, a lot of times you see like little tiny, I'm just tearing up this little tinder thing here. trying to get some surface area on it. A lot of times these little tiny survival kit things with the little tiny ferro rods and stuff, yeah, they'll throw a spark. Would you really want to use it, or could you just have something else better in your pocket? But to each his own. They're cool, they're cute. All right. And they do recommend, and I like this, that you practice with it before you actually have to have it, okay? I agree with that 100%. So what I did with this earlier was I just kind of, what they say is to hold this with your index and your thumb and put your middle finger on the back, bracing it. You want to strike on the thin side. Okay, the thick side is specifically designed to fit snugly inside of this knife handle. So if you strike this side, it's not going to be snug anymore, okay? And plus it's stronger this way. Okay, think of a 2x4. The skinny edge facing up is going to be stronger when you're putting pressure on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to hold this. And guys, I'm not going to lie, this is a little hard to fiddle with. It's small, but it does work. So see there? Ow. That was one very light strike, okay? So it says on the package that you don't have to put a lot of pressure on this because of the way they made it. You can strike it easily. You can see that right there. I just got a fire out of my Swiss Army knife. How freaking awesome is that, guys? Come on, that is cool. You'll never even know it's there. So you might want to say, well, I actually like the toothpick in my Swiss Army knife. Okay, well, get yourself a Swiss Army knife with the corkscrew and get the corkscrew insert, okay? And you get tender as well. I actually kind of like this. I do use the toothpick on my knife sometimes, but you know what? I can make a toothpick, so whatever. All right, guys, that was item number 3. Like I said, this is 20 bucks. Okay, the knife is 30. Not bad. Not bad for a little piece of potentially life-saving gear there. Also, it does have this glow-in-the-dark tip, which I thought was kind of cool. And they say that if it, for whatever reason, decides to not fit snugly anymore in the handle of your knife, you can put a drop of super glue, I think on the back, or maybe on this side, to kind of help it hold firmly in there, okay? So Tortoise Gear, good job on this. I really like this. I would use this just for fun. So for 20 bucks, you get 3 in a pack, okay? What I'm going to do when I drop the link for this is probably go directly to the website. The reason of that is they make 2 different sizes. So this is the medium to large, and they make the other one for the smaller ones, like the little tiny, maybe a Cadet or the Classic or whatever. So that way you can go in there if you're interested in this and decide which one you want, okay? All right, guys, item number 4 on the list today is something I've already done a review on. I'm not going to get into it right now. I just want to mention for 20 bucks the Suunto clipper. Okay, it glows in the dark. It has a rotating bezel with your measurements on it. You can clip it on the side of a hat. You can put it on your watch band. You can put it on the side of a notebook. You can clip it to the side of a map. Okay. I have seen people in comments on my channel and other ones say that these things break and they fall apart, what have you. I've also seen reviews where a guy had carried one across the world and back and his is perfectly fine. I like Suunto compasses. They work for me. 20 bucks, you can't beat it, okay? So that's one of the price points we're trying to hit on here. This is, you know, not as good as like a full-blown compass, but this gives you a good idea of general direction in case you kind of lost your bearings and you're kind of wandering around and just get off the trail or whatever, okay? I think it's pretty neat. I've played around with it. I like it a lot. I don't carry it on my watch band anymore because I've noticed, just like anything else, if it gets too close to my watch or the clip on my watch, it will kind of mess it up. It'll pull it off, who knows, 5 to 15 degrees. I've seen as much. So anyway, Suunto clipper, guys, if you don't have one, check it out. They've been around for a long time. So, all right, guys, I had to fix my hat. It's getting a little hot. I know I look like Peter Pan's gay uncle right now, but we're gonna not worry about that right now, okay? Don't make fun of my hat. Don't die in the woods. The emergency blanket. This thing is so small, guys. Okay, so you get 4 of these in a pouch for about 25 bucks. You cannot beat that. It weighs nothing. So these things are made out of like a NASA Mylar space blanket technology. They reflect 90% of your body heat. Okay, fits in your pocket. You can make it into a tarp, a tent, a sleeping bag, a poncho. You can just make it into a blanket. Duct tape, paracord, whatever you want to use, guys. Bank line, whatever. They come in different colors. I got the woodland because I think it's cool. You can get orange. I think they've got marpat, and I think it's like 5 other options, okay? It is 7 foot by 5 foot. This is cool. I actually keep 2 of these in my sling pack. And these are not as noisy as some of the other ones, okay? And you've also, you know, you can use your reflective side to draw attention if you wanted to. Like I said, 4 of these for 25 bucks. That's really hard to beat. So, if you carry a slingshot, chances are you're going to have steel ball bearings with you. That's your ammo. You can slip one of these into the corner. Then you can make a loop, like a cinch knot, with your paracord, put it around that, pull it tight, and have 4 little pieces of paracord, and you can stake it down. You know, attach it to a ridge line, whatever you want to do, okay? I'm surprised at how quiet this actually is. These things are usually, they just sound awful. But anyway, pretty big. So I am 6'1". Get out here where you can see. That's touching the ground. That's going to completely cover me. If I wanted to do it this way, I've got enough to cover myself. I can do it sideways if I've got another person with me, or I've got 2 small little girls. They could wrap up in this with me. Guys, you can't beat that. That's a pretty cool woodland pattern too. I haven't seen it quite like that before. So anyway, like I said, they're so small, I keep 2 of these with me all the time. Sorry if you couldn't hear me. I keep 2 of those with me all the time. I think it's worth its weight in salt. So that's item number 5. Now, last item on the list here is something that I'm sure everybody's got laying around in a drawer somewhere, okay? Your paracord, lanyard, or bracelet, or anklet, or whatever you guys want to wear, I don't care. This is a really good way to carry extra cordage with you. This is from here to here is 6 inches. So I want to unravel this and see how much cordage we actually got with this. Now, if you want to save yourself some money, I mean, this thing probably cost, I don't know, $4 or $5 at a gas station. You can get them at gun shows. You can order some off Amazon, or you can order a bunch of paracord and learn to make your own. And then you can put any kind of buckles or attachments you want on there. And then you've got an extra piece of gear with you too. So, did I sound condescending? Let me see if I can get this apart, and we'll see how much we've got in a 6-inch, and this is flat, whatever design you want to call this. Now, I like to do, I've got some ferrocium rods that are larger with holes in the back, little lanyard holes, and dropped it. I like to do snake knots on those at about this length because it gives you something really good to hold on to, because that ferrocium rod does not have a handle on it. So lanyards work out well for that. You get 2 fingers pinched around the ferrocium rod, the rest of it's on the cordage, and you can strike away. So this is going to take me a minute to undo all of this, so I'll be right back. Alright guys, got that all done. So what we're looking at here is my wingspan's about 6 feet. So I've got about 7 feet of cordage here, okay? Now typically I like to carry around 25, 30 with me at the minimum. But guys, this is nothing to sneeze at, all right? You can make a bow drill set with this if you're good at that. I'm not. I'm going to go ahead and admit it. I can smoke myself out with them, and that's pretty much it. So I'm doing something wrong there. I'll figure it out one day. Anyway, you can make a small ridge line with this. Now, you're not going to get too fancy with your knots, you know what I mean? You get a bowline on one side, you try to do a trucker hitch on the other, it's going to end up being pretty short. But with this Mylar blanket, if you wanted to combine the two, you're going to have, this is 5 feet wide, you're going to have about 2 foot on each end. Okay, so you could just do a simple overhanded knot, or double it up on 2 small trees that are fairly close together, and pull it down, and you can anchor this blanket down with some rocks or a log or what have you. Or if you had some extra paracord on you, or your shoelace if you're in a really bad situation. And you can stake it down that way using the method that we talked about earlier. Okay, guys, that is, now one thing I wanted to mention, not all paracord is created equal. And I've seen some people out there talking about how paracord is garbage and this and that. Well, some of it is, okay? There's nothing wrong with paracord. You don't have to have, you know, people say, oh, bank line's where it's at, whatever. I like paracord. I like the diameter of it. I like the durability of it. I like to use it for many different things. It always works. It's never failed me, okay? Now, some paracord, much like this one, and like I said, this probably came from a gas station or who knows what, it doesn't really feel like good paracord, and that's because it's not, okay? I've even had some that I don't think there's anything on the inside of it. But what I will say is this is a lot better than having to make cordage in a survival situation, and it's probably going to have a better tensile strength as well, okay? And for instance, this fanny pack that I'm wearing from Expedition, it has the little paracord zipper ties on it. I can feel that's not real paracord either, okay? It's a lot of times I'll replace these. I've kind of got to where I just don't care about things like that anymore. I'm not going to be so nitpicky. But like I said, even cheap trash paracord from anywhere, a gun show, is going to be better than having to go out there and twist together strands of nettles or bark or whatever you want to do with it. You've already got this. You're good to go. There's nothing wrong with this. You could replace a bootlace with this and walk your way home. All right. All right, guys, so this has been my 6 survival accessories that I think everybody should have that are between $10 and $30. I did not mention the price of this, or did I? Yeah, you can order a roll of paracord for like 10 bucks or whatever, make your own. But anyway, cheap stuff. Prepping on a budget, that's what we do here because the economy sucks, and it always sucks. Hopefully it'll get better soon. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Hope you stuck with me. If you like this, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to be famous. No, not really. Take it easy, guys.